Hello, it's me, Bob, Bilbo, Bob, and I'm back today with the final episode of the Solo Wars series, which coincidentally happens to be a base tour. So, I've got to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed with how the series turned out, not as much PvP as I hoped for, but in fairness, I was also playing this for a lot of PvE, like trying to tame stuff I hadn't tamed before, and overall I've done everything I've really wanted to do, and these rates, the server rates here, are pretty similar to official, so it's a lot of grinding, and I don't really have anything else I want to do too much, so there's no point in just grinding for nothing. So I've decided I'm going to call it quits, and yeah. So I'm also going, before I start the base tour, I'm also going to be taking a bit of a break from Ark. Can't say how long. I mean, I've got important exams and whatnot coming up, so I need to focus on them. I will be back, and next time I'll be back, I'll be unofficial, so that'll be interesting. So that'll be a lot more PvP based than this has been, which will be good fun, I think. But for now, I thought, seeing as I'm done with this, might as well do a base tutorial. So yeah, so I'll quickly just go through like everything in my base. So if you look at my cryo fridge, I've got my aloe line here and an ichthy I tamed, which I was going to use to tame a Tuso, but I never got around to that in the end, and I just can't be bothered right now, so I'm just going to call it quits and do that another time, probably on the official server. I've been making heavy turrets and bullets and stuff, so that's what that's all about. Got all my stuff here. I'll quickly go through what I've got in my vaults, so if you want to see properly, pause the video, but this is all the stuff I've either crafted or made. I'm very impressive with the amount of C4 I made. So I'm happy with that. We've got a lot of fertilizer in here, and a good amount of cementing paste, so that's nice. And I also have a lot of hide, because I wanted to make some aloe saddles, and it costed like 20k hide per saddle. It was ridiculous, I know. So yeah, you've seen inside this whole base before, so now I'm going to show you the outside world. Oh my god. I've only got one industrial forge and it's done me fine. These are my farming dinos. I've got this handy little thing because obviously I farm a lot of metal and my way isn't high enough to take much. So what I do is I put all my metal in my RG, go over here, and now I've got this little handy thing, so I can just go like that and just put it in, and it's so much easier, and I'm so happy I done that. So right, we'll first go through what I have, and then we'll go and look at my defences, because that's actually, I'm very proud of that, but it'll take a lot of explaining. So we got my parasaur for when my things hatch, my PT line. This I literally tamed like off camera, because I was going to use it to tame a Quetzal, but I've tamed Quetzals before, so you know. And I was going to record taming this, but halfway through taming it, the server cut out, so I thought I lost it, so I just deleted the footage, and I got really annoyed. So yeah. If we go over here, I have my wyverns. These are my breeders, and this is a rock elemental, the cool one I tamed. And this is a backup, and Cheesecake is my weight wyvern. There's actually a little story as to why I've got a wyvern called Cheesecake, so I'll tell you that quickly. If you don't want to see, skip ahead like 20 seconds. So, a long time ago, when I was first playing on my first ever unofficial server properly, there was a claiming timer thing on it. So the way it worked is if someone wasn't on for a certain amount of time, you could claim their dinos. I found a claimable wyvern, a lightning wyvern, that was called Cheesecake, and it was my first ever wyvern. So my first ever wyvern wasn't mine. I actually stole it from someone, but it was called Cheesecake. In the end, I changed the name to like Zeus, I think it was. But I used him to collect so many wyvern eggs and build entire new bases back on one of my old servers. The same server I was in the Alpha Tribe, actually, that server. And yeah, in the end I changed his name back to Cheesecake, and I left him as like a retired wyvern, and if you look at one of my previous base tours, I think you actually see him somewhere, so yeah. But yeah, that's the story behind that name. I always want to have a wyvern called Cheesecake in memory of my first ever wyvern I got, so yeah. Right, now moving on. So we've got obviously the wyvern area here. This is one of the gigas I tamed in the tutorial that I just done, like a couple videos back. I never got around to taming a decent level, whatever it is, male I think I needed. Let's quickly put some levels into this. Yeah, these things are really cool. I like tappies, to be honest. They can hang on walls upside down. Did you know that? I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah. As well as sideways, obviously, and they can like go in every direction. So yeah, Kibble Corner. You've seen this before. It's a bit messed up because I accidentally said whistle follow all. Since I'm not coming on the server anymore, I can't be bothered to rearrange it. But yeah, Kibble Corner, everybody. One of my favourite places ever. This is actually over here. Is where all my kibble making stuff is. So I've got like my sap in here, my fibre and that in there, and I've got all my kibble and kibble making things in here. So yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I actually forgot to say something. If we go over here, I've got some thingies. What do you call them? Large crop plots. And if you put, I also got some plant species, whatever it is in here. The ones Y seeds, yeah. Also in here I've got a seed for like citronal and all the fruits I need. So I put fertilizers in there if I need to make any, but currently I don't, so I don't have any fertilizers in there. I've also got a toilet. This is where all my fertilizer comes from, actually, just puking on the toilet. It is very effective. Up here we now have some of the more important stuff. These are all my like main battle lines, so like my Stego Soakers, my Boss Battle Rexes, my Trike Soakers, my Aloes, which is guard dogs, and my Rhinos, which I have pocket Rhinos, so that's pretty cool. And here we have my lines, or the start of my Stego line, Rhino line, and Trike line are complete because I'm never going to need that many of them, even if I was playing competitively. The Rex line isn't, because I need like 20 Rexes for a boss fight. I might even throw in some woolly Rhinos. Well, I won't, because I won't be doing it, but if I was, I would be. So yeah, I think that concludes everything that isn't a part of the base tour. So, well, the part that isn't about defences. I'm actually very proud of my defences for this. I'm very, very proud. So we'll go and do this one, which is the lesser of the two. I did actually have some X species planted here, but then I destroyed them because I ran out of fertilizer. I'm too lazy to replant them. So what we got here is turret wall. So each side has its own bit. The two that can be flak runs have had vaults on them. I never got around to filling any of these turret walls out for the record, but if I had, it would have been OP. So yeah, for this I didn't get too far actually. I got up here, that's about it. They're all with heavy turrets now, except for some parts, because I didn't get around to upgrading it again. Right, well I'll go show you the front of that. So yeah, this is the back. I've got my power sword detect. This is the other entrance. The main entrance is down there. This is just the other entrance. So yeah. Oh, right, I'll go and show you the other side of it now so you see it properly. Right, so now if we come over here, this part can be ran from here if you were to like duck down here and then run it. So I've done my little spike wall thing I like to do. So yeah, can't run here because obviously you just can't. And then you can run this, so I've done this. I've also put spikes here because this is the only way to get a proper soaker up. Now, had this wall been completed, the way it would work is all of these types would be set to medium, and they'd be set to tames and players, and the top row would be set to high and only players, and that would cause a lot of confusion when trying to soak the types that are going nearby. That combined with like the actual just like trees in the area would cause a lot of confusion if you don't know this area that well, so that was my plan for this area for defense. And now if we go down here, I haven't just randomly spammed foundations here. I've put them in a way that I will be able to get out of this base without being in the line of sight of a fob. That's the way I've done this, except for the fact I missed going a bit further down here, but it's alright. So yeah, I've carefully done this. Now if we go through here, I never got to upgrade this to metal in the end. If you go through here, we have these strange looking ramps. Now, I did attempt one of these in my previous videos, but it really didn't go very well, or in my previous videos, in my previous base once when I was a solo player, but it didn't go very well because I was very stupid with the way I'd done it. But this has been done more accurately because, so the way I've done it, if you look, like, now, I'll show you a screenshot of what I was, when I was planning this out. So as you could see, I was actually measuring the distance between these turret towers here and here with these actual walls. So the medium range, I've set all these turrets to medium range, with that excluding that top row on this turret wall, but we'll get to that later. And the idea is, you cannot, and I've tested this with wild tames, so I know it wild creatures by baiting them in and setting turrets to all targets. So I know for a fact this works. So you can't soak the turrets from here. You need to go over the wall to soak them. But when you go over the wall to soak them, no soakers are able to climb over these walls, as far as I know. Meaning your soaker would be trapped. I might also, had I been playing, I would have added bear traps here as well, just for the added spite. So yeah. This means if you were to attempt to soak these turrets, you would lose a lot of soakers in the first place. But the difficulty would be getting soakers there in the first place, because what I've done is this top row of turrets here and that little sneaky group of turrets there are all set to players only and high, so they will cross this ramp boundary. So what would happen is you would come in on your tame here. And at the exact, I actually measured this out, so at the exact same time you start getting shot by them turrets, you'll start getting shot by these turrets, making it, and because of how high it is, you will not be able to stop it with a Stego, because it'll just shoot right over the Stego. I don't think you can fit rock elementals in here. So that means it's extremely difficult to soak these turrets, which means you just need to whistle a tame in, pretty much. The only way I can think of, you can't even like run this to like blow up, because again they are in range, so it'd be very, very difficult because they're heavy turrets as well. So the only way I could think of to get through here would be with a Stego, but Stegos don't have very good defense or soaking ability compared to Trikes or Elementals. So you would still lose a lot of Stegos because you can't rocket these walls, you can't really run them. Because even say you do get past these turrets, these heavies here and here, if you wanted to run the turret, that's a lot of running to do to get to there or to get to there. And then it's been spiked off, and it's also got foundations along the base. Yes, you might be thinking they can go over here, blow it up and get around the back, but I'd also be putting turrets along this corner and probably along somewhere along there as well. And the same for that turret wall over here. Of course these turret walls aren't completed, but had they been, you get the idea. This little thing here, you might be wondering what this is. So I realised when building this that this wire here, this cable, is right in the blast. People can shoot it pretty much. They can stand outside the radius of the turrets and they can just shoot it with a Fabi or something. Oh, sorry, I got a sore throat. Which is why I put this thing all the way up to here so you can't shoot it. So yeah, I've also got these for shooting any flies that come in, so that's nice and handy. That's also the turret that powers these two turret walls and the third one and the ones up there. So I'm very proud of this. I've positioned this in such a sneaky way that you wouldn't even really see it when you're first coming in. And say you turn to try and soak those ones, these ones would kill you. Say you turn to try and soak these ones, those ones would kill you. And you know, even if you did kill both of them, or soak both of those sections, it would still be very difficult to soak the turrets at the end of the day. It would still be extremely difficult, I think. And considering this is like a solo series, so everyone on this server would be solo, you'd have to be doing it when, and because of offline raid protection, it would be impossible to raid, I think. So, because you'd have to raid it when I'm on, and with all these defenses, it would be difficult just to do offlining, let alone onlining. So yeah, I'm very proud of that. I've also put these little lines here for these things, just to separate my different lines, so yeah, that's nice. Right, let's go close these doors. Yeah, I never got around to putting stuff like bear traps or finishing the turret wall. And to be honest, I can't be bothered. I want to go onto official and get some good PvP in, that's the plan. I might just join a tribe and like go off and use some of their stuff to bring back a bunch of loot for everyone, and then within like when the time comes I'll part ways with them and I'll probably join my old tribe that I used to play with, or I'll just play solo and split between the two tribes for various raids and whatnot, depending on how connected I get with the other tribe. But, well, there is no other tribe yet, this is all hypothetical, but we'll see. So yeah, I love this guy. So yeah, I think that's about everything. I don't think I missed out anything. Unfortunately, if you're wondering what all these pillars are for, the range for the resources respawning is really low, so I need to put pillars here, or all these diamonds would be inside of stones by the end of the day. It's extremely annoying, but nothing I can do about it. Over on Kibble Corner, I've got the kibble for every kind of tame I need, so that's handy. Yeah. I think that's about everything. All things considered, I don't actually have a massive base now that I've done the tour. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff, but the base itself isn't really that big. But it's what it is. I've got these two wyverns down here, my two main battle wyverns. I can always breed up some eggs if I needed to, and I've always got my backup wyvern in case both of these were to die, but I doubt both of these would die before I had new ones raised anyway. Obviously my pocket rhino, I've already said that, haven't I? Yeah, I think that's about everything. So yeah, this is the end of the Solo Wars series now. I'll be back. Can't say when I'll be back, because I don't know, but it'll be soon sometime, probably after my exams, but maybe before if I'm joining a tribe, because then I can not have to be on so much, and I can still do stuff, and I don't need to grind as much, so we'll see. But yeah, I think I've enjoyed playing on this server, all things considered. It haven't been a massive amount of PvP, but I like it anyway. I've enjoyed being able to tame various stuff. I haven't gotten to the tech tier, but at the end of the day, I've done all of that with the tribe I used to play with on Rag, which you may have seen the video if you're a long-time viewer. So I've already pretty much done everything I want to do in this game, with the exception of the Tuso taming, but that's about it. So I'll probably do that on the official servers, and also if you want to do a lot of the PvP, because I haven't been in any. I did spend a bit of time on an MG server, done a few videos on that, got a few nice battles in. Didn't record all of them because I forgot to, but it was very good. But I want to do more PvP, like more large scale on official servers. So I'll be heading over to small tribes next. But this is going to be the last video from me for a while, maybe a month, I don't know. It depends on when I upload this and how long until my exams are finished. So yeah. And also depends on if I decide to join a tribe or not, so we'll see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Final episode. So sad. I'm never coming back. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not really that sad. That's a part of Ark. You're always losing yourself. Anyway, I'm rambling on right now, aren't I? You just come to see the base tour. You've seen it. I think I've done the best I can in the way of defenses for this base. I've also got a lot of breeders and a lot of lines going, so that's good. And I'm very happy with the progress I've made all in all. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.